Today I'm going to show you how to make a quick ombre and gradient glitter texture. So let's go ahead and get started. I do have another glitter texture that's a little bit more detailed than this. So in this video I'm going to show you a different way to create glitter. It's always good to know different ways to do something. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with a new document. I'm going to come here to File, New, and this document is going to be 1000 by 1000 pixels. At 300 resolution, and we are working in RGB. Background contains white. Click OK. I'm going to open up my layers panel, unlock this, and I'm changing my background color here. So the background color for this is going to be F0 C9 2E. So this is pretty light color. You might even want to go a little bit lighter. As we progress through this, the color is going to get much darker because we're going to be stacking and layering. I'm going to go ahead and click Command plus Delete and fill that layer with that color. I'm going to press X on the keyboard because I need this color to be on the top and I need the base color to be white. This is just a basic white for the background. And now I'm going to come up to Filter Gallery, and inside of this Filter Gallery we are coming here to the texture menu and we are choosing this texture right here. This is called grain. The settings here are going to be intensity 50%, contrast 50%, and our grain type is going to be sprinkles. Click OK. Now we are going to come back up to filter and this time pixelate and crystallize, and our cell size is going to be 5 pixels. And our cell size is going to change depending on the texture of our glitter. So the bigger the cell size, the more coarse your glitter is going to be. And the smaller the cell size, you're going to get a more refined glitter effect. For this one, we are going to go for a finer glitter, so 5 is fine. Click OK. I'm going to come here now to my layer and I'm going to change that blending mode for this one to multiply. I'm going to right click and duplicate this layer and call it number 2. Now with the number 2, we're going to come up here to Edit, Transform, Rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Right click again, duplicate this layer and name it 3. Click OK. We're going to come up to Edit, Transform, Rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Again right click and make sure that you are duplicating the very last layer. So okay, we're going to choose number 3, right click and duplicate the layer. I'm going to come up here to Edit, Transform, Rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, so this is going to be the basic glitter texture. Now I'm going to grab all these layers and I'm going to hold down the Shift key. I have this one selected. I'm going to select the bottom one, Command and letter E to merge all of that together. And I'm going to add a new layer on the top of this. So what I want to do is get shinier glitter effect. So I'm going to come down here to my brushes. If you don't have that here, you can come to Window and Brushes. I'm going to be working with pre-installed brush. And it's called Star 70 pixels. The amount of pixels doesn't really matter. We're going to go ahead and make some changes. All you have to do is come here to brush settings. Once you have that selected window brush settings, make the following changes. So we are going to change that Star 70 brush to 150 pixels. Our spacing is going to be 100%. our size jitter 49%. For this one, angle jitter 31%. Then move to scattering 300%, 300%, and our count is going to be 2. And that's pretty much for it, for that brush. Now what I'm going to do with this new layer is double click right here on the right hand side to bring up the layer styles, and I'm going to add outer glow to this. So for the outer glow, these are gonna be our settings. We have blend mode screen, opacity 20%. Our color is going to be white. Technique softer, spread 5%, size 7%, and our contour is the cove shallow. Range 50%. And that's pretty much it for that now. With our brush selected at 150 pixels, all I'm going to do is drag this across the canvas to add the sparkle. Now I'm going to grab this layer and hold down the shift key, grab the last layer, right click and choose the merge layer option, or you can just click Command and letter E to merge the layers. So I have my first glitter texture. Okay, once I have that, what I'm going to do is make sure I have this selected, and I'm going to come here to filter, sharpen, sharpen more. So this is just going to give me a little bit more contrast. Now what I'm going to do is make this a repeating pattern. So I'll come up to other, offset. This is a 1000 pixel document, so we're going to divide it by 500 horizontal, 500 vertical. Now you can see I have a large space here, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel. I might have made this a little too big. We can come here to crop tool, and I'm just going to crop it to the canvas. Press Ctrl plus T and then select crop tool, then press enter. And then we'll try that again. So filter, other, offset. This is 1000 by 1000 pixel document. So we are just gonna cut this in half. 500 by 500. We are using wrap around and click OK. Now if you see any lines here, anywhere, you can fix that now. I'm going to come here to the clone stamp tool, then hold down the Option or Alt key to make a selection on the canvas, and then just kind of go through and fix anywhere and that have notice lines or anything like that. Now that you have done, you have a repeating pattern. You can come up here to edit, define pattern, and we can call this gold. Okay. So now we are going to go ahead and add our ombre effect. Come here to the adjustment layer, and I'm going to choose gradient. We're going to leave angle at 90 degrees and our scale is 100%. And for the gradient itself, we are using this one, solid to transparent. You can change the color to anything you want. So I'm going to change this to maybe like a pink color. And then click OK. And then I'm going to click OK again. Now if you wanted to change this like the size or the position of the gradient, you can just double click here again, and then with your mouse just hold it down and drag so you can make that bigger or smaller. Now for our gradient, so the only difference between doing an ombre like this and doing a gradient glitter is that we are just going to be changing the blend mode. So instead of normal, we are going to use color. So you can now see that glitter texture is in the background. So I'm going to double click here and I'm going to change the gradient. Choose any gradient you wish. change direction or scale to get some interesting effects. This is our gradient glitter. You can further save it as pattern and use it over text or garment. So you can use this texture for your design portfolio layouts or print generation or fashion illustrations, anything that you wish to.